Welcome back to The Edge. A recent survey answers what the top SEO threats are in 2024. Does site traffic impact rankings? Google answers that. Core updates do affect AI overviews. Nothing's safe. You're listening to News from The Edge for the week of August 26, 2024, here on Edge of the Web Radio.
From the Edge of the Web studios, here's what we're looking at this week.
There was a bug in the studio. I thought he was messing with me, but I thought he was messing with me. I said, "Hey, look over your right shoulder." There was literally a nice little spider.
Bug?
Yeah.
I don't even know who you're referring to. Who's he?
He who shall not be mentioned. He's the button pusher in the studio. That's Jacob Mann, and evidently Bug Spotter.
The great Bug Spotter.
And we also have Morty Oberstein, head of SEO branding over at Wix. How you doing, sir?
I don't have any bugs, so I'm fine.
Yeah. He's been playing baseball with the kids today, and he's jumping into the show.
Yankees World Series jersey. Pretty tight.
Sweet. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've got Edge Media Studios branding. So
nice.
Yeah. Of course,
your
I have
organization won 27 world championships.
Is that football?
Close enough.
No? All right. I appreciate it.
You play with your feet and your arms.
So. Yeah, we didn't get to see a Yankees game whenever we were in New York with you, man.
No, we went to a Mets game instead.
It was fun.
Mets Stadium was nice there, to be honest with
you. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Food court was awesome.
But yeah, that's something. The Yankee Stadium is like Yankee Stadium, but they didn't do a good job with it. I don't like it. I like the team. I think the stadium was not done well.
Oh my gosh! Well, I mean, the Met Stadium was pretty new, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're
both the same. I think they're both from 2009.
Oh, is that not new? That's not new.
That's new. No, that's new. That's new.
Is it?
I feel
it's getting close. It's getting close to 20 years old, and yeah, years are going by nowadays.
I'm gonna be dead soon.
Damn.
This turned dark very quickly.
Just like that bug that was in the corner.
He's not dead. He's down here. He's my friend now.
He's running around
like,
somewhere.
Not good enough. Anyway.
Oh, jeez. Ouch. All right. Hey, this is Edge of the Web Radio. I'm your host, Aaron Sparks. Thanks for listening. Thanks for dropping in. I'm the owner of Site Strategic, digital marketing firm here in the Midwest in Indiana. We're covering SEO and digital marketing news each and every week that's separate from our interview series that we drop Wednesday, making sure that you get some news out as quickly to you as possible so you can use it or not use it, but we're still getting it to you, right? So that's our role here at Edge. Check out everything over at edgeofthewebradio.com, edgeofthewebradio.com. Proud to have our title sponsor, Site Strategics, as the sponsor of this episode of the Digital Marketing News Series here. We're one of the top SEO firms here in the Midwest. Very proud of the team here at Site.
You are the top. You are the top.
That's
right.
Just do it. Just
no
fully own it. We are the top SEO company in this studio.
There you go, full frontal.
Fair.
Check us out over at sitestrategics.com. That's sitestrategics.com. We're consummate learners. That's why we do this show, to make sure that we keep our sword sharp and our powder dry, learning what's happening in all things digital marketing, especially SEO. So that said, joining me this week is the indomitable Morty Oberstein. Like I said, head of SEO branding over at Wix. Anything happening over at Wix?
I'm supposed to say yes, but I'm on vacation today.
You're on vacation. You're joining us on vacation. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure something is happening over at Wix. We'll ask Crystal or George.
Yeah, a lot of ins and outs.
Don't worry.
You check out Wix.com, Wix Studio.
And Wix Studio, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And you're an agency. Wix Studio.
That couldn't have been more flawless. That was the perfect promo right there. All right. What's not perfect is the SEO environment right now. A survey launched by Aleyda Solis, covered by Danny Goodwin over at Search Engine Land. There was a survey of 337 top SEOs that kind of weighed in on some of the SEO threats that they perceive during 2024 and what they're looking at beyond. SEO threats in 2024. Google updates that favor certain types of sites. User-generated content, big brands in the search results are the biggest threats to the SEO consulting efforts, according to 52% of survey respondents. Google favoring its own features and services over external sites was one of the biggest, 48%, while AI overviews, yeah, that's the old SGE, right? Didn't we talk about this last year? SGE is coming. Now, 41% of respondees consider that one of the biggest SEO threats. To finish up the lineup, to throw in a baseball reference there, adoption of LLMs to search instead of Google, meaning going over to ChatGPT or Perplexity, 37% thought that was a threat. AI personalization of Google search results at 32%. Adoption of social platforms to search, e.g. TikTok, 28%, and then 20% consider none of these are a real threat to SEO in the next year. So I do like the roundup at the end of this. What are some counter threats? How can SEOs combat what's going on here based on the responses that Solis received? SEOs are focusing on, drum roll please, improving content quality, high quality, valuable.
Is that new?
Only backlinks.
IDA backlinks on Forbes.
It's not new per se, says Danny. EEAT, the concept represents a collection of ranking signals related to content, links, and user interactions. Traffic diversification.
Right.
Links, it's there. And on top of that, just being updated, staying updated on what's happening in the world of SEO. And that's what you can do here with this show. So stay updated.
You're already into the SEO game.
You're right here, folks. You're getting the most and the freshest news in the SEO space.
Every second you're listening to this podcast, you're dripping with more SEO success. You're that much further ahead of the SEO curve. Every second of talking and listening makes your SEO life so much better. Buy links now.
That's the new promo.
That's the new promo right there. All right. So, hey, if you want to stay updated with all the show notes, go over to edgeofthewebradio.com, be able to sign up to the newsletter. We're getting all this into your inbox as well, so you can stay updated even more frequently and more quickly. He hates that.
Going too far.
Oh, sorry. I jumped the shark, didn't I?
Yeah, but can we talk about this? Like, there's a few things here. One is like the AI overviews, like all these SEO boogeymen. All the SEO boogeymen. I agree, by the way, the ecosystem, it's way harder to get things done. There's a lot more volatility. Yep. You have all the Reddit, you have the big brands thing. It's a real problem. That one I'm all in on. The AI overview thing. First, have you seen anybody show like, here's the traffic I had before, here's the traffic I have now. Thank you, AI overviews. You've destroyed me. Didn't if David put out a study, not a study, or I don't know. I don't know what you want to call it, but I saw Search Engine Land cover it last week. And they said, basically we've noticed nothing. So.
Well, I think if all things were being equal, the way it was actually laying out, those links were not there. Now, each and every excerpt that actually is making an AI overview now has a clickable link, a highlightable link that's also kicking over to the source article. So I think they've improved greatly the experience that gives us.
In terms of links and how often they're appearing, how consistent they are. Maybe someone should do a study on that. I'm already working on one.
Plug.
Our users we don't even know if users are interacting with the damn thing. They could be skipping and just going to the results, or just looking at it and going to the result anyway. We don't know. But I haven't seen anybody freaking out like, oh my God. Since the day the AI overviews came out, my traffic has been just destroyed. It's gone.
See, he's moved the Overton window.
Surveying the insane asylum. So all right, these are the results, but how accurate are they really? Again, the first one I think is real. The second one I think is a figment of our imagination at this point.
You know, he was an SGE denier for months and months and months.
What does that mean, a denier? That I think
you were saying that it was never going to actually be launched into mass consumption. Now we're here.
They only rolled it out for the stock price. They haven't actually invested anything in the damn thing. It's not what it's going to end up being. It's currently kind of a shit show, let's be honest.
Yeah.
The new link rollout is better and is more conducive of an actual benefit and user experience. Before it's just a glorified feature snippet of giant ass summary I don't want to read, telling me to eat glue
or drink urine. There's always that. Now we have the links to actually get the references.
But and drink urine too. If you mix glue and urine.
Edge of the Web does not endorse any of the statements made on this show.
Any of the statements on the whole show?
Oh, crap.
Wow.
No, you're absolutely right. There's no study yet actually showing any type of drop in ranking, although it's pushing, and this is the same reaction whenever rich snippets and feature snippets and PAA were in there. It's always pushing down the 10 blue links, but the real estate's changing. The users want to have these type of quick snippet answers, right? That's what we're seeing.
Are those the queries where there was a feature snippet before it wasn't driving traffic either? Like there's so much to understand. And a lot of the data out there, I think, is interesting. I know, like, they put out SEO Clarity said, now all of the URLs in the AI overviews are coming from the top 10 before they weren't. Glenn Gay pushed back, and I think Glenn's right. Like, that doesn't make sense to me, just the way that the AI overviews are structured, because they're linking to a specific passage that may not have anything to do with the overall query. So I don't get that. I think there's a lot of misinformation. I think a lot of the data is wonky. I think the tools have a hard time tracking this. I'm telling you, like, I'm working on a study with SEMrush now. I don't know when it's coming out. Tracking this data and getting the data right, it's way harder than any normal study I've ever done with them. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Now all the tools
so I would imagine a lot of the data we're looking at is not correct. I know that's a hot take, but I did like the fact that Danny pointed out in the article that SEOs are thinking about diversifying traffic. I thought that was good. I think we should be. I think, like,
you got to go where the users are, and if the different generations actually hitting TikTok, you've got to be in that space to be able to provide answers, right?
Look, you see these. I'm not blaming anybody, but one of the articles we might cover later is about a company that's shuttering its doors because they lost SEO traffic. And I'm not saying, like, I'm not trying to get on their case at all, but y'all need to. You can't put all of your eggs in one basket either, right? And I'm not blaming them. I don't know their situation. It's terrible what's happening to them. That kind of thing. But, like, I kind of feel like I'm talking about in Traffic Think Tank, which is a great Slack channel group thing. You can sign up for a free trial there. I don't have a link for that, but, like, there is a free trial. I'm plugging everything today, huh?
You really are, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Surf's up.
Soon to be a report coming from Morty and SEMrush, but the tools are clamoring around trying to get a handle on AI overviews. SEMrush now has an AI overview tool. SERPstat released one about a month ago.
Ranking's got one.
Right.
Everyone, SEO Cloud, everyone's got one. But I was talking about it in the Slack group there, like, I feel like SEOs are starting maybe to broaden their horizons a little bit, which I think is a good thing. I think, like, if SEOs are walking, this is a hot take. How's this for a hot take?
Go for it.
If you're walking into the boardroom as an SEO, okay, and you're talking, the companies are facing, forget AI overviews, like generative AI altogether, changing ecosystems, changing user consumption trends, all these kind of things. And I feel like brands are just lost. I think everyone is just lost. We don't know anything. And you're walking in, they're talking about a line of structured data markup code. You've lost the room, dude. You've completely lost the room. So I'm glad to see SEOs, like, branching out a little bit, because I think, like, the challenges that the wider marketing teams in your organization or your clients' organizations are facing, they just don't care about, like, a lot of the minutia of SEO that you do care about.
Right.
And then maybe rightfully so, you should. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I think, like, you're losing the room. So seeing that SEOs are diversifying their portfolios, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I had a conversation yesterday with one of our clients and lauding a number of the AI overview positions that they are actually having as part of the success there. But it's also so volatile that there's no way to even hang on that. You can certainly try to influence those, get into that top bubble, that above the fold, but you still have to go. It is, and you still have to make sure that you've got the foundational efforts that are going to be considered, right? Whether or not it's a direct correlation, you still have to keep on moving the needle on what's good SEO. More importantly, what's good content. Back to the top point of kind of the countering of this. And again, helpful content, user-valued content, don't spin content, don't AI generate crap. You've got to be in the space where you're answering the needs of your users, period.
I feel like SEO is doing that kind of thing. I don't know, you Glenn Gabe's of the world who are focusing on, like, great content and how to position that and yada, yada, yada. I think that if you're talking to a business right now, that resonates. I think the technical SEOs outside of, like, large organizations perhaps have a little bit of a harder time.
No, but they are.
That's me.
But that C-level or whomever is at CMO is still going to be looking at that SERP result, and they're going to be asking the question, how are we going to get in there? Right? So AI overview optimization, there's no pathway yet on how to actually affect that, except for trustworthy content, and it's not a linear effect. It's a
linear thing. Like now
Right.
you're the fact that you're wow, we're really going into this deep today.
this is Article 1.
The fact that you're now thinking of how do I optimize for the AI overviews automatically now positions you to start thinking about like how do we create a web presence, how to become an entity that's associated with. So now you're doing like real marketing or broader marketing already. So now you become relevant to those conversations.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good. All right. Article 2.
Okay.
Woo!
I'm saying. No, that was a good hot take.
Bring in
Good.
the heat today. Bring in the heat.
All right, for
We
search
should do
engine.
Morty on vacation more often.
I'm saying. We covered 2 articles then. All right. Search Engine Journal from Roger Monti from Google, why site traffic cannot impact rankings. Google's Martin Splitt explains why low traffic to a site cannot have an effect on the trustworthiness of a website. So he was asked just recently, addressed a question about website trustworthiness and whether competitors can negatively impact it. He explained how Google assesses site trustworthiness and clarified why factors like links and site traffic don't have a negative influence on Google's perception of trustworthiness. Links? Okay. Google's research papers and patents mention the trustworthiness of websites, but there's no actual trust metric in use at Google that we're aware of, right? I thought we had authority rank there in the Google leaks. But anyway, it's confirmed that one time, a long time ago, there were multiple signals that together indicate if a site could be trusted, but that's not a trust algorithm. Those are just signals. So question was asked, can a competitor create negative trustworthy signals? They reference the idea that Google uses click metrics to rank web pages, according to the DOJ documents, but most research papers about clicks are using clicks to validate search results, not ranking web pages. Now, we also heard that Google Chrome user interaction was a ranking signal, but not part of the algorithm itself. It's generally a quality assurance thing. So Martin said, to the question, the question was asked, do I have to be concerned about bad actors trying to make our site appear untrustworthy or by sending spam or fake traffic to my site, since site trustworthiness is binary, and that's a fallacy right there. It's not binary. So he answered, it's not really binary. Just by sending traffic from questionable sources to a site, that won't be tainted. That said, any thoughts about that?
I mean, it's like there's all like the old question of like how does traffic like impact rank and blah 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 blah. I don't know. When Google says this stuff, it's like obviously they're not just gonna have like a 1-to-1 like, oh, you got a lot of traffic, now you're gonna rank well. Like that's not how that works.
Nope.
Obviously, like traffic does, and they do need to filter out. Traffic patterns do impact the machine learning. They've admitted that, right, for sure.
Yep, sure did.
So they obviously need a way to filter out crap traffic, so they don't like factor that in. Whatever. More directly, obviously the whole Google leaks and how they're looking at traffic around, like it's got to factor in some way. Like, so all I hear is basically saying like, yeah, we know how to separate the real traffic from the not real traffic. Like, good.
Correct.
That's good. You should.
Yeah, and they've already said that they know negative links or supposedly toxic links. They're already filing that accordingly. You don't need to disavow. So they've got that well in hand. But they also can't honestly answer yes, it would, because that would throw gas on the fire from a negative SEO tactic as well. So you got to play cards close to the chest if it is actually a factor, right? Just saying.
Play those, especially when you're playing Uno.
Oh, see. Now you realize at some point in time during this podcast, he's going to scream at Uno. He's going to.
Oh, that's a good point. I totally Uno.
Have you ever tried playing that game by yourself? Pretty boring.
It is pretty boring. But there's always a winner.
It's true.
Always a winner. All right. Hey, you know what? You could also win by actually jumping over to sitestrategics.com and find out how we do our subject matter expertise interviews. We have a special sauce over here, pretty rigorous exercise to be able to interview your subject matter experts, curate that content, and be able to bring some trustworthy brand voice to your content as well as social media. So we actually do some deep dives in what questions need to be answered by your subject matter experts. And then we go through a process of video and audio interviews to be able to curate all of that. So go over to sitestrategics.com, connect with us. We'll happily share with you our concepts, our process, and our successes in that space. Sitestrategics.com. Yay. And he didn't interrupt me this time.
Uno.
Uno! All right, third article from Search Engine Journal. Matt Southern says Google confirms that AI overviews are affected by core updates. So Google's John Mueller, and we love him. He's always sharing some great information. He also has to answer a lot of bloody questions out there in the ecosystem. He answered in a LinkedIn post, I believe. He confirmed that core algorithm updates do impact the search engine's AI power overviews. Succinctly, he said they're a part of search and core updates affect search. So, yes. I love the brevity. So Google, we were talking about AI overviews. They rolled this out a few months back. There's summaries that are bubbling up to the surface above the fold in Google SERPs, but what they're saying is, as a core algorithm update rolls through, you better believe that those AI overviews are also subject to the same changes, because there are derivatives, so to speak, of the content that they're extracting from these different citable sites to be able to create an answer for you. So if those sites change and the ranking or visibility or the metrics of authority change, you better believe the AI overview may change and may very well disappear as well. So it's all a hot mess. We don't have stability in the AI overview space. Probably won't for a very, very long time. And as core updates go through, all that gets reshuffled just like a deck of Uno cards. There it is.
Oh boy. Are we going to do this on every article?
Every article. All right.
I'm going to reverse this decision right now.
It's time for a mini rant from Morty. It's time for Captain Obvious. I mean, jeez.
So, okay, you talk about a wild card. Captain Obvious, I pulled Captain Obvious from a couple weeks back from when Morty posted that in LinkedIn. And Morty's having a great time in LinkedIn. He's literally just trolling the LinkedIn AI space, right? So,
yeah.
It was not an article. It was actually an excerpt. You said you will not learn how to have emotional intelligence so that you can connect with your audience from an article written by AI.
Correct. That's me trolling LinkedIn's AI articles.
You said it's like trying to learn harmony and well-being. I got to get this out. It's like trying to learn harmony and well-being from Dennis Rodman. That was pretty.
He seems harmonious.
He really does.
It's like ridiculous. They have a whole article, how to generate empathy, with your audience base from the AI. I just want to know, which schmuck out there is saying, yo, you know what? I didn't really know how to do empathy. Now I do, because an LLM told me how to have empathy. If you need an LLM to teach you how to have empathy, I don't know what you say. You have as much common sense as Dennis Rodman.
Oh, ouch. It's kind of like those AI therapist sites that were spun up of how to get your spiritual well-being and health by an AI bot. No, just people. Do I have to pull this car over? No, you don't. You don't talk to an AI to get guidance for your life. Please. You got something to say?
I have a Captain Obvious moment.
Hit me.
I shared this with Aaron yesterday. We're not going to watch it. We're not going to do the whole thing. But for anyone listening,
put it in the links, though.
It could be fun.
Yep.
Everyone should go try this. Go on to ChatGPT or any chat bot and just try this just to see if it still works. It should work for a while. I actually saw an explanation on it yesterday. It has to do with how these chat bots tokenize everything.
Right.
And basically it has to do with the way it tokenizes entire words and then it makes a really good guess.
Right.
It's actually an interesting explanation. I'll share both links in the show notes. But basically, go ask your favorite chat bot, how many R's are in the word strawberry? There's a few different people doing this right now.
Yeah, I saw a lot on TikTok.
Yeah.
But
I watched a video yesterday.
That's the whole point.
But there was the one I showed Aaron was basically a guy arguing for 10 minutes with ChatGPT. ChatGPT would not let go of the fact that there's 2 R's in strawberry when there's clearly 3.
And he went through so many machinations of, okay, spell it back to me.
Yeah.
Oh, they got the 3 here. They got 3.
Oh, it told you three?
Three are the worst
So they may be trying to patch it and fix it and teach it right now.
Because it's literally trending.
Am I the only one where you hear like the word like token? I immediately think back to when I was a kid, like Chuck E. Cheese had tokens for like the arcade.
Chink, chink, chink.
Yeah.
Man, that's a disgusting place. Yeah.
Whoa.
It was hilarious. I mean,
wait, what happened to you? Wait, no, but not what happened to you as a kid in Chuck E. Cheese?
I cannot say anything. I have to protect the names of the innocent.
Uncle Harry, huh?
I just can't see the FNAF movies anymore because I'm traumatized.
Are there going to be more?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's going to be another one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So that whole strawberry thing, literally, this guy was trying to give information back going, no, you're not seeing it. It was literally having it spell out each and every character, every letter in that, and it was still getting it wrong. And he was going through so many different iterations to try to inform the bot. And he was pulling his hair out because it literally was like, you may be incorrect and possibly you may be misspelling it due to your own context. So literally the chatbot got pissed off and said, no, you're wrong. And maybe you're just stupid.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Wow.
It's some good stuff.
Okay.
Check it out. All right. Quickly over to AI news and we'll drop out of this, go over to some Berry Blast. But Perplexity ads are to launch in Q4. The pitch deck reveals new details about Perplexity's advertising plans, including video ads and sponsoring related questions. The ad categories are arts and entertainment, finance, food and beverage, health, technology. Yeah. So soon we're going to be seeing the ad landscape peppering the generative AI experience landscape. So yeah, nothing could go wrong there. Right, folks?
Finally.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Are they going to be AI generated ads?
Oh, I think there already are, man.
Like pure AI, like that.
No.
40 fingers drinking a.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
Such a good commercial.
Just let your hand off the wheel, folks. AI is going to figure it out, and all things being equal, what's the worst that could happen? Well,
let your hands off the wheel. AI will drive. AI take the wheel. We can finally stop saying Jesus take the wheel. AI take the wheel.
Oh my God. So another point of AI news, OpenAI warns California's AI bill threatens U.S. innovation. AI has added its voice.
Wait. This is the company OpenAI or the actual AI of OpenAI? Who's saying this? We need these headlines need to tell us. Who's saying this?
Well, OpenAI
is
that
surprising, by the way, that OpenAI would be against this. Like you would think, like, no, I wouldn't expect OpenAI to knee-jerk reaction like this is bad.
Well, if there's anything that's going to be governing development of this, you're going to have some pushback on these companies, right? So this SB 1047 bill coming out of California could threaten California's position as a global leader in AI, prompting talent to seek greater opportunities elsewhere, says OpenAI. So that's, of course. There's the Captain Obvious moment.
When I asked ChatGPT if AI content should be watermarked, it says watermarking AI generated content is a topic of ongoing debate with valid arguments on both sides. But that's not what OpenAI said. OpenAI said don't. OpenAI said this is the equivalent of you telling McDonald's not to sell French fries. If we have the label is AI, the jinx is up.
Yeah, you can't have that. You can't have OpenAI being seen out there, right? You can't tag it.
This anniversary card that you sent me, was it actually written by you? It's watermarked with AI. You know how many divorces it's going to cost? And that's what they should say. Sam Almost up there. Do you know how many divorces this is going to cause? Are you against marriage, California?
You just came up with a great idea. We got to jump on this. Greeting cards, fully transparent. This was AI, right? Bringing to a birthday party. I did have to check a poem that my kid wrote a while ago.
You think it was a good idea?
Oh, absolutely. She'd love it. She'd use it against me for the next decade, but she'd love it. I did have to check my kid's poem against AI. When he brought one home and he's in 8th grade and it's like, whoa, this is pretty good. A little bit too good. Let me run this through a tool. And he hates that because all things being equal, not many dads in the school are going to be scanning it for AI.
Did you tell him that you scanned it?
I did not. I
Okay.
held back. It came back authentic.
Nice.
Yeah. But it was such a short paragraph. It didn't have enough content or data sample. So now I'm scanning all his documents. All right. Quick AI tool. Check this out. Evaluating 7 AI video generators while waiting for OpenAI's Sora. This is over at MarTech. Put the link in there, but literally yawning at this. My God, that's such rudeness. Number of different AI video generators: Canva's Magic Studio, InVideo AI, Capwing, as well as Lumen 5, and they just rolled out some incredible videos and updates to their platform, so check that out. Again, AI, use it wisely, right? With great power comes great responsibility. Pictory, as well as Runway ML. So lastly, Synthesia. I think. I don't know. I think so. AI-driven multilingual video content, because exactly, you want your content translated into 130 different languages that you don't potentially understand. Why don't you just...
Nothing can go wrong.
Nothing could go wrong.
This will all be fine.
There it is. Yep, we are. Hey, you know what? You can't go wrong with actually checking out Inlinks. We are proud to have Inlinks as a continued sponsor of our show. Entities play a major role in site ranking now more than ever. We've been talking about this for years. We're a client of Inlinks. They do a fantastic job in building out research documents on ranking opportunities or ranking content, so you can actually see some structure that you should get into your own documentation. Have a great cross-linking, internal linking tool that we have highly recommended for years. Just be able to organize linking targets for authoritative content inside your own site. You can change the anchor text, you can adjust targets. It's a fantastic tool. Go check out edgeofthewebradio.com/Inlinks. Be able to sign up for your free account. Let them know that we sent you by going to that link and sign up. It's a fantastic tool. Give it a try. They got a lot of interesting builds out there, and they're constantly evolving that software. All right, Barry Blast, let's go. Thanks for sticking with us. We're always looking at Search Engine Roundtable. There's always good updates and content coming out of Barry Sports over there at Search Engine Roundtable. And this week is also stock full of stuff, and we want to pull a few into there quickly to finish off this show. Google's August core update, helpful content surge charts. This core update, if you don't know about it, we're going through a August core update right now, and they've been shaking things up since the rollout. Saw some early signs of sites that had been hit by the September 2023 helpful content, and they're seeing some signs of life. Then some saw some reversals of sorts, but maybe, says Barry, that was search ranking bug, because that hit at the same time as the rollout. Now, while Google told us to wait to see the full effect, nobody likes to wait, says he. So many of the sites have seen some life, continue to see ranking improvements as the days will go by. Will those last? Will they reverse? Will they get better? Who's to say? However, what we do see from these surge charts, right? And there's one in particular that is an incredible visibility index chart from SERPstat. I'm sorry, that's Citrix. My gosh, a hockey stick coming back into play, honestly, getting as much visibility as what they had prior to the HCU rollout in September. And you're seeing a number of them, but you also see a lot of charts out there that looking at a sizable comeback, but if you put it in context to where they were ranking back in 23 and 2020, almost none of that is coming back. So it's very proportional. You got to look at the larger lens here. Yeah, they're getting back some stuff. And so for the charts that we're seeing here, yeah, they're coming back very strong, back to their original visibility. But on top of that, there's a lot that these are blips on the radar of recovery compared to what they lost. So that said, any thoughts on this space, or is it too soon to tell?
It's too soon to tell. I mean, it's nice to see that. It's a little too soon to tell. We'll see what happens, but signs are positive. Outlook
Signs
is
are
what's it, you
positive.
shake the magic ball. Outlook looks negative. No, Outlook looks positive. I don't know, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Good analogy there.
Uno.
All right, here's a loser, unfortunately, on the entire space of recovery. Hardbacon announced closure day. They're going bankrupt before the August core update, and then sees an incredible traffic surge. A lot of sad stories around sites getting hit by the algorithm updates, such as core updates, and of course that September HCU. But Hardbacon, a financial and budgeting company, was hit hard by those Google updates, then announced the company would file for bankruptcy the day before August 2024 core updates rolled through. The next day, they saw their organic search traffic quadruple thanks to the update. The CEO, Julian Brault, posted it about LinkedIn, found via Glenn Gabe. He wrote, after mourning the loss of Hardbacon and accepting the reality that the company was no longer viable without Google traffic, I announced the cessation of all operations and upcoming bankruptcy of the company. Now, just a note here is that our heart goes out to so many companies that get hit by these core updates, and we want to be able to see reversals as early as possible. This goes back to our diversification discussion earlier in, is that if you're banking on Google bringing your traffic, you're also banking on the fact that that's the only game in town that you're bringing traffic into, and who knows, based on these algorithm updates and reversals, how your fortunes are going to fare. You've got to diversify. You have to be able to have different plans of attack and risk mitigation. If something does happen, what are we going to do? And again, I'm not in that organization. Obviously, we don't know the internal story, but that's not an uncommon scenario whenever you have so much visibility banked on ranking and traffic coming from Google explicitly, that you're going to, inevitably, you're going to suffer some challenges along the way. And that's what we were talking about earlier in the show. Morty, any thoughts there?
I already shared my thoughts earlier in the show. Uno.
Okay, we'll just copy and paste. Okay, no problem. All right, last one. And this is the last one here. Google overhauls its video SEO docs with more details. All right, last hot take. Roll along on this one.
Google says we only want you to watch videos on YouTube, and that's it.
Is that the summary? Was that their PR statement right there?
I'm sorry. I went to the conclusion before we got there.
So they rolled out some new video SEO documentation to vastly clarify the video indexing criteria and technical requirements. Plus, Google added a new watch page section to its documentation and expanded the examples in the document. A ton of changes in the document. So what we have seen is, to be eligible for video features, a video must meet the following indexing requirements. The watch page must be indexed. The indexed watch page must be performing well in search before its video can be considered for indexing. The video must be embedded on a watch page. The video can't be hidden by other elements. If you're using a paywall, for example, the video must have a valid thumbnail that's available at a stable URL. Okay. Well, that said, we've also seen examples and studies where people have actually replaced their YouTube embed with Vimeo embed and completely flatlined on any video indexing. Now, Google has said much earlier in the year that you need to have a dedicated page for your video to possibly earn a video carousel or video position at the top of the fold. But at the same time, I think this is Morty's sentiment as well, it clearly values YouTube embeds above all other embeds. Am I wrong here?
Yeah, like if I add a transcript, I care about accessibility. I'm going to add a transcript to my video page. You're out. You're out. I'm going to add some ancillary information to explain the video, whatever it is, to help my use. I'm going to do what Google says. I'm going to write good content that thinks about and helps users. I'm out. Unless I'm basically like Major League Baseball or like ABC News, just throwing up clip after clip after clip without any content on the page, right. I'm out, right? Okay, so I understand, Google, you want me to write helpful content for my user? I should, but not if it interferes with people watching YouTube videos within the YouTube ecosystem. Do I have it right? Am I wrong here? Am I my feeble brain not understanding this?
Well, I don't think
and they end up looking like such jackasses.
Yikes. Well, that said, I would agree with you. Why in the world do you have to have a dedicated video page, especially if it doesn't make sense to just have a dedicated video page for that video, unless it's a gateway to YouTube, right? As opposed to
have to show your URL anywhere. Okay, they just want you. They want you to find whatever video it is on YouTube. In the YouTube, you see it in the picture they're showing. They give you a picture of what the page should look like. It looks like a YouTube page. It has the video and it has videos on the side of the page. Why do they want that? Because after you watch that first YouTube video, they want you to go to the next YouTube video and the next YouTube video. And you might not do that on your website. What you might do on the website is watch the video and then go to the next web page on your website. They don't want that.
No, of course not, because they want the video for the video consumer, basically.
You can take your visual impairment and stick it up your ass because there should be no transcript on the page that a TTS reader can use to show you what might be in the video. Screw you, because all we care about is more YouTube ads.
But that would make the visual impairment even worse, because that's where the sun doesn't shine.
Oh, God.
It's insane.
I'm here to help.
The whole thing is marginal anyway. Like, come on. How many people are not using a YouTube embed?
How many people are not? Oh, yeah, exactly.
That's the only place I watch YouTube. It's in bed. Oh, no.
Stop it. All right, I'm calling it. This has gone off the rails too much. Okay. All right, pull it back. Yes, there are some concerns here from not just usability, but helpful content and value of interaction of the website. Isolating all those videos over to an indexable series of pages may very well get you some new visibility and also may affect your visibility inside of YouTube. But that's not the full need for the consumer, especially if they're on search and they're looking for answers. They go to a video page and they're wanting more information, they should be, than just to go through video after video after video. That's not what the user's looking for whenever they land on a page. If they were looking for it in video inside of YouTube, yes, that's the consumption need that the consumers are demonstrating, but not if they're landing on a web page. They want to find out more. They want to explore more. Yeah, don't agree with this, but what are you going to do? It's their game, right? Oh, God, I hate it. All right.
It's upsetting.
All right, well, we're going to wrap this up. Thanks for listening as far as you did for this, and sorry for the foul language. Reprimands will come across the board here. Anyway, that's it.
Who used foul language?
Huh?
What?
Yeah, who was that, Morty?
Who? I have no idea. We'll have to play. You know what's actually really foul is what's going on in the DMCA SEO attacks that are happening on Google, especially freaky SEO links. Yeah. So we're going to throw that and try to close this thing off. Had a great interview with Ori Zilberstein as we talked about DMCA SEO attacks. Ori Zilberstein, not Steen. He said it was fine either way. He told us. It's that Frankenstein, right?
It's like Einstein, okay?
Anybody get that reference?
I do.
All right.
Yeah.
Fine. All right.
Hey, Einstein.
We'll close this out, Frau Brülker. Check out that segment as well as the next segment we're going to be airing here soon. That interview with Ori was really great and very eye-opening and subject to a few rants, just like today. Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yeah, I said it. As we grab some snippets out of the interview. But if you're over in YouTube, stay in YouTube and watch the show there. Oh, man, the kind of hypocrisy abounds here. All right. From all of us over the edge, stay safe, stay well, and do not be a piece of cyber driftwood. We'll talk to you next week. Hey, by the way, hey, check out the Surf's Up 100th episode coming up live on September 4th, broadcasting on StreamYard. So go over to Wix, sign up so you can see all the fun peoples and many more on September 4th. And you can be able to check out what time is it actually airing. I think it's 10 a.m. Eastern.
You'll be 11 a.m. 11 a.m.
11 a.m. Eastern. All right, cool. Go check that out. We'll drop in and drop out. But we're also manning the helm over there. So thanks so much for including us in that. And for all of us over at Edge, we're sorry. Sorry that you're at the end of this and we had to experience all that. Take care. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.